Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Seniors Vote. I'm Dan Roberts, the publisher of the Vegas Voice, and I have the great pleasure of introducing all the great and wonderful people running for elected office. I have a very special one with a very special guest, by the way, and that is the mayoral candidate for Las Vegas, Victoria Seaman. And Victoria, as always, I thank you so much for being here.
Well, I am so glad to be here. Nice to meet your little puppy, Jenny, that was just on my lap. You know how much I love animals.
And you can have her as a parting gift, too, if you want. But
I'll take her.
You got us, Victoria. I mean, we've known you for years and years. Let me just start out with the fact that why would you continue to be a public official when you've gone through so much? And I know what you've gone through in the state and now the city. Why mayor?
Because I absolutely love making a difference in people's lives, in animals' lives, in the voiceless. I love public service and I love local government because you can make a difference. You don't have all the parties, you don't have the caucuses, and you can change people's lives immediately.
That's awfully good. But you know what I've been finding over the years with Rana is that the more you get the politicians together, the more they fight and they argue and they yell at each other. And the idea of working together, what's your secret? How are you able to do that?
Well, it's important to have discussion. It is important to discuss the issues. And I don't say fight, but I say it's important that you have debate. But my secret is that I work with the public. I work with the people and bring that to city council. And when there's an important issue, advocates are a very important part of what I do. It's not just advocates. The media can be a very important part of it because when I see an issue that needs to be addressed, I don't think there's anything that can stop me from.
I know that. I can talk about how you save the guardianship, but that's a whole different story. But like I said, can anybody stop you? Once your mind is made up and this is how we're going to do it and this is why. But I do have to admit, you do listen to the other side as opposed to saying my way or the highway.
Absolutely. Before I did any bills in the legislature and before I do any ordinances, I make sure that I look at the unintended consequences of that legislation or ordinance before I make that decision. But if it's an issue that has been needed to be addressed for decades and no one's doing it, there is nothing that can stop me. I will make sure that I will, that's when I'll fight.
Yeah. And as mayor of Las Vegas, what are the issues? What's the number one issue that you see?
Public safety.
Yeah.
I mean, we have nearly 40 million tourists, and with F1, we had nearly 60 million tourists coming to Las Vegas. So we have to make sure that we have a leader who is going to address the issue of public safety. I've been endorsed by all the law enforcement in the state of Nevada. And that's because I work shoulder to shoulder with them to make sure that they have the tools they need to keep our citizens safe, our tourists safe, and absolutely themselves safe. And I'll continue to do that. And I have to give Metro a lot of credit for the community engagement that they have been doing. And I work with them. There's an apartment building in my ward that has been plagued with a lot of crime. And so Metro came in and I've joined in with them to do community events there, and crime has gone down. If we work together for the better of the city, we can absolutely make a difference in local government. And I think at this time with what's happening across our country and cities, we need a bold leader who's going to be law and order.
Well, talk about a bold leader. I realized something as I'm getting ready for this interview. I've been here for about 24, 25 years. As you can tell from the accent, I'm not from here, I'm from New York. But, from the time I arrived here, the only mayor of Las Vegas had the last name of Goodman.
Correct.
I mean, those are very big shoes that you have to, I guess, fill in.
I have big feet.
Oh, no, I don't know about that. But you know what? Is it intimidating? Is it something that because of your experience, you're comfortable with?
No, I'm ready. I'm very comfortable and I'm very ready. I've been on the city council now for 5 years and I have a reputation of getting things done. I have a reputation of no nonsense. I'm there for the people. I'll continue to work for the people and I'll continue to address the issues. I'm not going to sit here and talk about the issues. I'm talking about the solutions for the issues.
Well, I'm going to start with something again, that affects Vegas Voice readers, especially people up in Summerlin, is that seniors should vote for Victoria Seaman because of what? I'm going to put you on the spot. If I'm a senior, I'm going to vote for you because
I know their issues. We have seniors, and I've gone out with Meals for Wheels for some of our seniors. They're working on budget, especially in this inflation right now. It has really hit hard for a lot of seniors. And one of the things we've just done at the city, which I'm very proud of, is we've just broken ground with the Ovation development. And we are doing a 55 and only senior building, 60 AMI for affordable housing. And we're going to continue to do that. We're breaking ground in Ward 4 on affordable housing. The Marble Manor, we were one of 7 cities across the country that got a $50 million grant to do an affordable housing project, which we are doing Marble Manor, turning it in from 200 units to 600 units of mixed use. I love mixed use because it's really important that nobody knows who's paying 60 AMI or 80 AMI or who's on vouchers. It's so important that we can have it in every neighborhood like that. And that is going to help seniors tremendously. And we're working with Catholic Charities to make sure that program Meals for Wheels continues. And so I'm going to be that voice for the seniors, for the animals, for all those who feel like they don't have a voice.
Well, again, you had little Jenny here, and I mean, you have really come to the rescue with the Animal Foundation. Talk a little bit about that, because you see, you hear about people that say getting killed, and they say that's terrible. But if you hear about a little puppy that gets hurt, the city goes crazy. And you've really been one of the advocates for animals. Yes. And you really care about it.
They're voiceless. They don't have a choice. I always tell my team it's the luck of the draw for animals, because they truly do not have a choice where they end up. And the Animal Foundation was our only Southern Nevada shelter besides the Henderson, but it was multi-jurisdictional. It was North Las Vegas, Clark County, and the city. And for decades, it had problems. It was mismanaged. And no one wanted to deal with it because it was a powerful organization, whatever the reasons were. But you know what? It took me 2 years and I got them a unanimous vote for an audit. And we are now buying back the building. And after decades, we're putting out a request for a proposal for a new partner where we can have oversight in the contracts. We had no oversight and they got to do what they wanted to do. And they were euthanizing their way out of it.
Jeez, that's horrible.
It is horrible.
And you came to their rescue. But it's something else. And again, I don't want to give you a gratuitous plug after plug after plug, but you deserve it, though, is that what I found with you is that you listen to people. If someone makes an appointment to speak to you and says, Ms. Seaman, I have this problem, or Councilman Seaman, I have this problem, you've always been there. I know that for a fact. I don't know whether you can come to the rescue like Superwoman, but you're there and you listen to them. And I just think that's a fantastic trait that you have.
Well, Ronna taught me a lot when she came to see me when I was running for assembly.
Yeah.
And somebody said she has an issue she wants to talk to you about. And I remember that meeting. And I always tell you this. I said, either this woman doesn't know what she's talking about, or we have a serious problem. And I think that we had a serious problem.
We had a serious problem.
And that was with guardianship. And I think that was probably one of the best things that happened to me when I entered politics, because I learned that you need to listen to everybody and do your own investigation, because there are real problems out there. And the only way we're going to solve them is to listen to people and investigate the problems.
And again, it's one thing dealing with Ronna because I have to live with her, but it's another just with a constituent that just says, I have this local problem. And, most people would just kind of say, look, I really don't care. And yet you do take the time and you listen to them.
Yeah, it's important.
It is just something. And again, let me just give one plug. If there wasn't Victoria Seaman, there is no guardianship reform. Everything that the Vegas Voice worked on for years and years, it all came to pass because of this woman right here. And we will always be grateful. I think seniors should always be grateful to you for what you did, because I know what you went through, and I just give you a lot of credit for it. In the time we have left, people want more information about Victoria Seaman. They want to help. They want to assist in the campaign. They want to contribute. How do they go about doing it?
Well, they can go to my website at Victoria Seaman, just my first and last name.com. And I would love if you could volunteer, you could donate, or you just want to be on our newsletter so that you can come to our events and get to know me and my campaign and what we're doing. I'm very excited about this campaign. I've met so many wonderful people, and I look forward to being the next mayor of Las Vegas.
And wait, one last question, and I think I asked it before, but I think it's so important. People should vote for Victoria Seaman for mayor, city of Las Vegas, for what reason? Or reasons?
Because I'm going to work for you. It's all about you, and it's about us, and it's about our city. And we need someone who truly cares about the city, and we're going to get things done.
And with that, we agree. Vegas Voice has endorsed Victoria Seaman for mayor. So, Victoria, again, I thank you so much for everything you've done in the beginning, in the middle, and will continue to do for seniors. And again, we can't thank you.
Nobody's done more than you and Rana. So thank you.
That's a very nice plug, and we'll make sure we'll emphasize that. But again, this lady gets the credit. Victoria Seaman running for mayor of Las Vegas. Victoria, again, I thank you so much. And this is Dan Roberts for Seniors Vote saying, we'll see you again next time. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you.